My name's Catherine McLean, and I'm going to be discussing childhood obesity and school curriculum. The obesity rate of children has tripled since 1963. In 1963, it was found that 4.2% of children and adolescents were obese. In 2017, it was found that there are now 18.5% of children and adolescents that are obese. We need to address the problem of childhood obesity before it continues to grow in order to save the lives of the children in our society. Today, I will show you the prevalence and severity of childhood obesity in the United States and educate you on a possible solution for this issue. Let's start by discussing the problem of childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is a major issue not only in the United States but in the world. The World Health Organization now considers obesity to be a global epidemic. There are many effects that obesity has on children and their bodies. Children that are obese are more likely to have high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which can lead to cardiovascular disease. Children who are obese are also more likely to have type 2 diabetes and breathing problems such as asthma and sleep apnea. If a child is obese, they are more likely to develop certain types of cancers and have a lower life expectancy than a healthy child. Childhood obesity affects 13.7 million children and adolescents in the United States. If you have a child, it's important to be aware of these facts so that you can ensure your child isn't negatively affected by this. If you don't have a child, it's also important to be aware of these so that you can keep the children of our society healthy and ensure that they live long and healthy lives. It also affects you because it was found that $14 billion every year is spent on healthcare relating to childhood obesity. Let's now examine the possible causes of this problem. There are many ways that the world has changed today that's led to the rise in the prevalence and severity of childhood obesity. There are behavioral factors as well as environmental factors. Some behavioral factors include a decrease in physical activity and an increase in sedentary behaviors. Some of the cause of the increase in the sedentary behaviors are an increase in TV usage, video game, and computer game usage. There are also some environmental factors that have led to this childhood obesity problem. Children model their parents' eating habits, so if a child sees their parent eating unhealthily, they are more likely to do so and bring this habit into their adulthood. Children are also much more exposed to fast food now than ever before. Now that I've explained how big of a problem childhood obesity is in the United States, let's go over the possible solutions to this issue. It's important that we implement a curriculum into schools that stresses healthy food and exercise. This can be implemented into the schools through traveling curriculum leaders. They'll go to the schools and educate the children, as well as give the teachers some tools to be successful in their own classroom. This will also be implemented through community help. Children will learn and participate in movement activities. The children will also learn how to make some healthy snacks, which can be donated from some local grocery stores. The children will also hear from people in their community, such as high school athletes, local sports clubs, gym and yoga owners. This will help them be aware of some activities they have outside of the school in order to stay active. The children will be rewarded by physical activities outdoors, such as obstacle courses and team building activities. There are many ways that you can get involved and take action today. You can lobby to your state representatives and inform your schools about the solution and problem and encourage them to get involved as well. If you're a parent, it's important to ensure that your child has the skills to live a healthy life. You can also volunteer at local schools. You can help with activities such as track and field day or lunch recess activities. If you're part of the medical field or a nutritionist, you could educate the children on healthy lifestyles. It's important that children learn from a young age. Preschoolers and kindergartners have snack time, and this would be a great time for them to learn how to make a healthy snack. If you're an athlete or a gym or yoga owner, or if you're part of a local sports club, you can come and tell the kids about these activities as well. This plan will work because it leads by example and shows simple ways for the children to live healthy lives by encouraging healthy eating and active lifestyles. An example of this working is the Food Dudes curriculum. It was introduced in Ireland in 2007 and it was found to be very successful and it won multiple awards. The Food Dudes is an evidence-based program that encourages healthy eating and role models through fictional characters. It was successfully implemented in over 3,300 schools and almost 1 million children. The Food Dudes found that only 6% of children brought in vegetables in their lunch before the intervention. After the intervention, they found that 57% of children were bringing in vegetables. After 6 years, they revisited these children and found that still 27% were bringing in vegetables. This is more than 4 times before the intervention. This curriculum found short and long-term effects. Right now, students are only required to receive less than 8 hours of food nutrition education each year, and it's found that 40 to 50 hours is needed in order for an actual behavioral change. Now that you've seen how we can work to solve the problem of childhood obesity, let's go over what you can do and why this solution is so important. In conclusion, childhood obesity is an epidemic that we need to start solving now in order to lower the prevalence and severity of this issue. We must incorporate healthy eating and exercise into our school system through a curriculum. We should start off by spreading awareness about the severity of childhood obesity and even lobbying to your local governments or schools to bring a curriculum into place. If we wait now, only more lives will be lost and the problem will worsen. Okay, that's it. How do we stop recording? Oh, there.